Welcome to the next installment in my video lecture series for managerial economics. And as it says here, we're looking at chapter 16. And once again, just doing a bit of a little more detailed analysis of the Q&As. And in particular, we're taking a look at Q&A 16.4. And in that Q&A, in a competitive market, the inverse demand curve is P equals 100 minus Q. And the supply curve is horizontal at 70. One firm believes that if it invests $1,000 in research and development, it can develop a new production process that will lower marginal costs from 70 to 20, and it will be able to obtain a patent for this invention. Would this profit-maximizing firm undertake this innovation? Does consumer surplus increase? So there's a couple of important things to realize here. The information about the demand curve, also that the supply curve is horizontal at 70. So what they're telling you is that, in essence, what the price is. The price is equal to 70. So the supply curve is equivalent to the price here. Also, the investment of $1,000 is going to be considered a fixed cost. And it's very important to realize that the marginal costs are going to fall from 70 to 20. But more importantly, the fact that the firm believes that it will be able to obtain a patent, i.e. that if it's able to do this, in essence, it can operate as a monopoly because it'll have protection against anybody else adopting this technology, and it'll have a huge cost advantage relative to its competitors. So you should keep all of those pieces of information in mind. So if we take a look at this, we have perfect competition. There's the demand curve. We have that's marginal cost, but we also know that that's equal to supply. So if we set them equal to one another, we end up with Q equals 30 and P is equal to 70. So let's take a look at how that output and price level compares to if the firm develops this new technology that allows them to lower marginal costs from 70 to 20, and two, that they're able to get the patent, which will prevent their competitors from adopting this technology and giving them a huge cost advantage, and in essence giving them a monopoly in the marketplace. So we still have the same inverse demand function, but marginal cost is now equal to 20. They've successfully developed this new process which significantly cuts marginal costs. The marginal revenue curve is going to be 100 minus 2Q using the rule that we've been using all semester. So if we set marginal cost and marginal revenue equal to one another, we have 20 is equal to 100 minus 2Q. So 2Q is equal to 80. That means Q is equal to 40 and price is equal to 60. So we can see here that even though the market went from a perfectly competitive marketplace to a monopoly marketplace, the price actually falls. And the reason for the fact that this price fell is because of the dramatic decrease in marginal cost. In perfect competition, the firms were operating under a marginal cost equals 70. Under the monopoly market, the firm is able to develop a new manufacturing process that significantly cuts marginal costs, and now they are acting as a monopolist, but with a very significant cut in their marginal costs. So even though it's a monopoly, the cut in the cost structure because of the research and development that was done causes the price to fall from 70 to 60. Let's take a look at the profit for this firm. So profit is going to be total revenue minus the variable cost of the firm minus the fixed cost. So we know that profit will be equal to price times quantity. We've been doing that all semester. That total revenue is price times quantity. The variable cost is going to be equal to 20 times Q. The marginal cost is equal to 20. So every time we produce an additional unit, i.e. Q, it is going to cost 20 additional units to do so. And we're going to subtract out the $1,000 for the fixed cost. That is the research and development funds that were used to come up with this new manufacturing process that significantly cut our marginal costs. So we end up that pi is equal to 60 times 40 minus 20 times 40 minus 1,000. So we get profits are equal to 2,400 minus 800 minus 1,000. Profits are equal to 600. So thus, yes, it does pay for this monopolist to innovate because now they have positive economic profits of $600, whereas before they had zero economic profit. So this firm should innovate. It should spend that $1,000, develop the new technology which lowers its marginal cost, and it will see an increase in its profits. And the final part of the question was, what impact will this have on consumer surplus? Well, there are two specific things that are going to impact consumer surplus. First, price falls. Remember, consumer surplus is the difference between the price and the most people are willing to pay, i.e. the demand curve. So and when price falls, you're going to see an increase in consumer surplus due to the fact that with the price falls, there's going to be a big difference, a larger difference between the highest price people are willing to pay and what they actually pay when the price falls. Additionally, more consumer surplus will be generated because quantity is increasing in this example. All right, we saw that there was an increase in the quantity from 30 to 40. Therefore, there are 10 units that weren't being consumed previously. So these are 10 new units that are generating consumer surplus. So the fact that price is falling and quantity is increasing leads to the conclusion that consumer surplus is going to increase under this particular scenario.